We've got Neal McDonough. Did I say that kind of right, Neal, a little bit?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, good. We're talking today about the show Justified. And you, for people that watch Justified, they probably are not familiar with you on the show because you're just being added to the cast. You're new, correct?
Yeah, well, tonight's the 4th episode of the season. And it's 13 episodes, so I came in the first episode. And I'm a piece of work in this one. You know, I'm a mob guy from Kentucky and, you know, do all kinds of nasty, horrible things, and it's having a great time doing it, that's for sure. And to work with Graham Yost, the guy who created it, who also created Boomtown and Band of Brothers, so I'm in fantastic hands.
Very cool. Yeah, obviously he's done some great stuff, and the show's getting rave reviews. I mean, it's doing really, really well. People seem to be super interested in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was an Emmy Award winner last year, and it's done really, really well. And again, to be part of something like this, you know, it's terrific. And to stay in town and see, you know, my wife Rebecca and my kids every day is, you know, the icing on the cake. So I'm not going to kid you. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, exactly. Life seems to be going well. Well, that's very, very cool. So that's Tuesdays at 11 o'clock on FX here in Billings.
10 o'clock. Oh, 11
yes,
o'clock.
11 here. I do the cool time change for everybody. I don't want them to have to work, so I do it for them. What is going on in the movie stuff? You're in the new Avengers movie, correct?
I'm not in the Avengers. I was in Captain America, and I'll be in the next Cap. And then when they finally get to Nick Fury and other films, my character Dum Dum will be in those also, which is great fun. I mean, the Marvel universe is to be part of their families. Again, what a blessing that is.
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, what a cool thing! Like, it's so iconic to just get to be a part of that. Like, you're given just this identity, and you are that guy now. Yeah,
and you know, my kids can finally watch Daddy on a show. I mean, and I'm not showing them Housewives or Justified at this point, not until they get a little bit older. So, you know, it's especially Justified. I do some pretty crazy stuff on the show.
Isn't that? I mean, how do you draw the line? Because I read a story a while ago about you were supposed to be in that show, Scoundrels, but then you left the show because there were some discrepancies about like content and things that you were or were not comfortable with. Is that a true story?
Yeah. Well, what happened? I was like yesterday. I was. You know, people say that, well, you won't do this, you won't do that after what happened. I'm like, well, no, that's just completely incorrect. What happened was on the 11th hour, they said, okay, you're going to do a sex scene today. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. You know, because people know I just don't do sex scenes. Mm-hmm. Or let's put it this way, that's not the truth either. I'll do sex scenes if they're shot tastefully. Like yesterday, I was naked, you know, with 2 prostitutes in my trailer during the show yesterday. My wife was there, my mother-in-law was there. You know, everyone was comfortable, and you know, so you know. Everyone's making me out to be, well, I shouldn't say everyone. Don't throw a curveball on me if I don't know it's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, if you talk to you first,
if you want me to do something, I'll do a scene tastefully, and I think everyone's seen enough Humpy Pumpy on television anyway, and I don't really think they need to see a 45-year-old Irish guy doing it. That's just me.
So it wasn't so much an issue of the content per se, but more the way that it was communicated and talked about with you ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it was a shame. You know, there were some great people on that show, but you know, it's sometimes you have to stand your ground on things, and that definitely wasn't the easiest thing to do, and to turn down that paycheck, and then you know, in the television world, it was like, wait a minute, now what's going on with Neal? Why would he do something like that? So half the people really embraced me for doing it, saying, hey, you know, thanks for standing up here for your morals or whatever. The other half were like, you know, what are you, an idiot? You're passing up TV money? You must be, must be crazy.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that I wish never happened, and hopefully it'll never happen again.
But hey, it worked out. I mean, you're still working, so I'm sure it'd be a whole different story if you couldn't get work after that. But the fact that you're still busy, I'm sure, makes it all okay in the end, in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I've been blessed beyond belief to be part of Justified. That's for sure. I mean, this is a blast that I'm doing, and you know, I think it'll put to rest any notions that, you know, that I won't do certain things, because in the show I do pretty much everything you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, well, check that out. Check Neal out on Justified for sure. Any other movies coming out? Anything you've worked on or are working on?
Just before I started on this, I did a movie called The Philly Kid. It's an MMA film which comes out next year, well, actually sometime at the end of this year. But right now it's you know, my wife, I took about 4 months off when we had birth of our 4th child back in August. So, and Justified was the first thing I came back in. So after this, we'll figure out what the next step is. But right now, I just want to kick butt on Justified and do the best job that I can.
Well, there you go. Check out Neal. He's just been added as Robert the New Detroit Mobster on Justified, Tuesdays, 11 o'clock here in Billings on FX. Neal McDonough, thank you so much for being on the show, Neal, and best of luck with Justified, man.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.